Hey guys, Todd Helms here with Wingmen, and I'm going to show you today why you need to be turning your leftover kind of end of the season ducks and geese into jerky and or Snackin Sticks. I like the Snackin Sticks a little bit better than jerky. Come along and find out how to make the best Snackin Sticks that you've probably ever had. The Big Shot jerky and sausage gun from Mountain Seasonings. And if you pay attention to the social media feeds, I did a little bit of a unboxing with this last week when we got it. Basically what it is, and you're gonna see this, is it's a giant version of a Colt gun, basically. And we're gonna fill it up. When we get all of our meat prepped, we're gonna fill this up and put casings on the end, and then we're gonna make Snackin Sticks. And this is kind of gonna be a two-part deal because the Snackin Sticks, as per the directions in the kit, have to cure and season overnight in the refrigerator in a non-metal container. It has to be plastic, and tomorrow morning, we're gonna put those on the Traeger and smoke them. I think a lot of folks think it's an intimidating process. It's not. You're gonna see how we've got this prepped out and laid out so it's easy. Throw snack sticks in your pack, take them to football games, tailgating, take them up on the mountain with you on a big game hunt, or best of all, in the duck and goose blind, enjoying the fruits of your labor. So, as you can see, I have my meat all prepped. What I did with this is I pre-ground this in just a regular meat grinder. I cubed the meat up and prepped it, cleaned it up, any bloodshot, any tissue or sinew. I cleaned all that up. I ground it 70-30 with bacon. Everybody says, oh yeah, you can put bacon in anything and it tastes good. Oh, that's not wrong. But more than anything, what I wanted out of that was the fat from the bacon and a little bit of extra smokiness that I think really, really lends itself well in combination with waterfowl when I'm making Snackin Sticks or summer sausage in particular. So let me put my gloves on. First things first is I open this Snackin Sticks kit, and as you can see in here, I have one of the first things I pull out are the collagen casings, the casing that holds all of the meat for your Snackin Sticks. I'm gonna set that aside, and I'm gonna break out the cure. This is a bag of cure, and then I have a bag of seasoning as well. And this, I chose the sweet and spicy blend for the seasoning. I think it lends itself really, really well to waterfowl in particular. It does a really nice job bringing out the robustness of waterfowl. There's lots of options when it comes to Snackin Stick kits with High Mountain. They've got pepperoni, original, Hunter's blend. I think I'm probably missing one or two. One of the things that's really important that we make sure we have dialed is our measurements of our cure and our seasoning with the meat. So I have 4 pounds of meat that I've already measured out, got it ready to go. For 4 pounds, I need 3 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon of the seasoning, and I need 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons of the cure. I'm gonna put that in there, work it all together, and then I'm going to add 1 cup. It's a 1/4 cup per pound, about a cup for 4 pounds of meat of ice water. It needs to be very, very cold because of the way it interacts with the seasoning and the cure. It gets it to bind and really hold to the meat really well. So here's my tablespoon. I need 3 of these. And you want them fairly level, about like that. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it around. One of the things High Mountain suggests when you're making batches is that you make them in small batches. You make the sticks, the jerky. You don't do 20 pounds at a time. Unless you really know what you're doing, it's not suggested because you could screw it up pretty easily if you don't have your measurements right, and you don't want to mess up 20 pounds of meat at a crack. When you get comfortable with the process, then guess what? You can make bigger batches. All right, so there is 3 tablespoons right there and 1 teaspoon. And I have my teaspoon measurement right here. Just shake it so it's roughly level. Put it on there. This is the cure. So 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons of cure. Boom. It's got the seasoning sprinkled all over it. I'm gonna add the water in. I'm gonna go about half of the water and then start mixing. So here we go. I don't want those ice cubes in there, so I'm gonna just place my hand over it. A little bit more. Some of my ice cubes have melted a little bit, so now I'm down to 1 cup there. All right, and now I'm gonna mix with my hands until I get the consistency that it needs to be. Yeah, this is mixing up really, really well. You can smell that sweet, spicy seasoning already. One of the things that you're gonna see, we did a float hunt with the guys from High Mountain last year. Then we went down and toured the factory at High Mountain with the owner, Hans. And one of the things that was so cool and so impressive about what we saw is how they build these kits, how they put them all together. They have a phenomenal facility down there in Riverton, Wyoming, where they make everything right on site. And you're gonna wanna pay attention and look out for the float hunt as it's coming, because we're gonna highlight that tour as well. All right, that should be about where I want it. You don't want this soupy, but it needs to be sticky. It needs to all fit together. There's a fine line. I think that's about all the water I want to use. So my ice melted a little bit as we were prepping, so it ended up adding about 1/4 cup to that. All right, I think we're mixed in. It doesn't smell spicy, but I tell you what, it's going to have a really nice kick to it. We've got the Big Shot jerky and sausage gun here. All kinds of cool deals with this, but if you look at it, it's basically just a giant caulk gun, like I said. So we're gonna depress that, pull here, and it opens up the barrel. So now I'm going to stuff, I'm gonna take this end cap off because I've got to add the attachment. We'll get to that in a second, but now I'm gonna stuff this. Just turn it up and slide stuff down the barrel. And we're gonna fill that barrel full of meat. So we put this attachment back on, just like this. I'm gonna lay that out. Now I have the collagen casings here. I'm actually going to find an end that's open. I'm gonna tie this off because I don't want that meat squirting out of there. I'll pull out enough to you can actually tie a decent knot with it, because basically don't be afraid to overuse a little bit of this stuff. So now I've got this other end and I got to open it up, and it should just feed right on like this, just like that. Boom. We don't want to go too fast, because if we overfill this, it's going to get too firm. And you'll kind of see, but you just start squeezing. And you do want to hold this end like this as you start squeezing, because it's going to force a little bit of air out. You don't want to blow that collagen casing off the end. There we go. And if you just let it do its thing, I'm letting this play out off my fingers as I'm squeezing, and it's actually just about the right tension. It might have gotten a little bit full down there at the very bottom against that knot, but that's okay. And don't be afraid to turn this thing, because that's going to be the deal here with this. We need lots of room. Just nice even squeeze on the handle. You see, I'm not going crazy with this thing. Really simple. And we're out. Just like that, we're empty. So I'm just going to take this out. Instead of twisting that off, I'm just going to load the gun again and keep going. This is 4 pounds. You start looking at all that's laying there, that's quite a bit of Snackin Sticks. Okay. Put this back on. There we go. As you can see, I have all my sausage sticks ready. They're stuffed. It is ready to go. That's the first time I've actually used the Big Shot jerky and sausage gun. It's not going to be the last, I tell you that. That was extremely, extremely easy. I don't like running seasoning through my grinder. If I don't clean it perfectly well, it could give an off taste to whatever I'm grinding the next time. So this eliminates that. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie this off. We're going to put it in the Yeti cooler. We're gonna take it, it could probably, quite honestly, stay in the Yeti cooler. Otherwise, you put it in your refrigerator and it cures overnight. Tomorrow morning, this is gonna go on the Traeger. Temp set for about 225. You can, if you've got more time, you can go on the 180 setting. High Mountain calls for 200 degrees. You can do these in an oven too. I'm gonna wait for it to start smoking so it'll preheat a little bit, and then I'm gonna put those things on. They are cured, they are ready to go. And set it on here. So I wanna kind of uncoil this and spread it out over the entire grill grate. You don't want it any parts of it really touching if you can help it, because you want that smoke to get in all the way around these things. For about 2 hours, or until the internal temperature hits 165 degrees, and that is per the instructions in the kit, in the Snackin Sticks kit. So I'm just gonna set it, forget it, and we're gonna come back in about 2 hours and check these things. These have been on about an hour and a half. So I did them a little hotter for a little bit of a shorter time. Should be okay. They're nice and firm now, which they were a little squishy before. They actually feel more like an actual snack stick now. Now let's check our temperature. 177, we are there. We're done. These are ready to go. There is the snack stick recipe. I'm gonna take these inside and cut them into sticks, and we're gonna enjoy. Hey guys, if you like this video, and give us a thumbs up, and while you're here, slide over, mash that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments what else you want to see, and be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook and Waypoint TV, as well as Amazon Prime. Until next time, we'll see you in the field.